We now have an update. Breaking news here involving Victor Wembanyama ahead of tomorrow's matchup against OKC. Shams Charania joins us now here. Shams, what's the latest? What can you tell us?
George, sources tell me Victor Wembanyama is expected to make his return to action on Saturday against the Oklahoma City Thunder in Las Vegas in the NBA Cup semifinals. The timing has worked out perfectly for the Spurs, for Wemby to make his return. You have the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs, two of the best young teams in the NBA. Wemby against Chet. And this marks the end of the Spurs' cautious process ever since Wembanyama sustained this calf strain that he had almost 1 month ago. He actually wanted to play, I'm told, Wednesday in the Cup game against the Lakers, but the Spurs held him out. Both sides made the decision to get him a couple days more of ramp-up time, rehab work. He's checked all the boxes, from my understanding, passed all the tests. He's gone through multiple rounds of 5-on-5 sessions as well as he looks to make his return to action on Saturday.
Excellent news, Shams. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, welcome to NBA Today alongside the Hall of Famer Mark Spears, NBA champion Kendrick Perkins, and, of course, our front office insider Bobby Marks. I'm George Sedano, in for Malika Andrews. Perk, what do you have to say? What do you think this means for the Spurs and their chances now?
A brawl for it all. Look, I'm still taking the Thunder. I think we all agree. We always are ready to see a Chet versus Wemby matchup. Always. But I'm looking forward to the perimeter matchup. I'm looking forward to Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper against those perimeter dogs over there against Oklahoma. That's what I'm looking forward to.
9-3 without Victor. That was the big question, if they can keep their head above water. And as Perk said, expect a speed game when you look at, certainly with Shea out there, Cason Wallace, who was dinged up a little bit, and then you add the three guards in San Antonio, and now you add Victor into this matchup. This is not going to be a running clock type game that we've seen a lot for these Oklahoma City opponents. This should be one competitive game.
Mark, both these teams have looked very good here down the stretch. Obviously, OKC historic. They're looking almost as good as Perk right now today on this set. What do you make of Victor Wembanyama returning?
You know, Mariah Carey's performing there tomorrow.
Okay.
So is Zach Brown, Barry Manilow, David Copperfield.
Okay.
But you know what I want for Christmas?
What?
All I want for Christmas is to see Wemby.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling y'all, where's my camera at? Where's my camera? If y'all ain't seen Wemby in person before, which Perk surprisingly hasn't, I'm telling you, go buy a ticket and see this. There's nothing in Vegas like it. There's nothing in the world like it. You got to see this 7'4" guy. George, you know, we were in Dallas.
Oh, man, that opener, yeah.
If you have not seen this, get as close as tickets as you can, because there's no show like the Wemby show.
And look, I'm gonna say this, though. Yes, this is a huge stage, right? And the last time we seen Wemby on a big stage, Christmas Day, I think he put up something like 40 and 18 or some crazy numbers like that. But this is a measuring stick for the San Antonio Spurs. They're trying to get where OKC is at, right? And when you think about how they done built out their roster, right, trying to get those two-way players, trying to be able to compete. So, yes, this does matter because you got $500K on the line.
Yeah.
Right? But also, this is a measuring stick because Victor Wembanyama wants to win now.
The highest measuring stick.
Yeah.
I mean, the Thunder are running through everybody, right? They're on a pace to set a new record for margin of victory. Like, even when they're hurt.
Break their own record.
Yeah,
Right.
break their own record.
Yeah.
So I know Lakers fans are disappointed, but I'm excited about this game.
Yeah, especially with Wemby back in tow. That changes the dynamics for sure. So coast to coast, around the Western Conference. First up, another smooth night at the office for Nikola Jokic, who scored 36 points on 14 of 16 from the floor in just 29 minutes. The Nuggets went on to blow out the Kings, which left Sacramento fans booing and chanting, quote, "Sell the team." Spears, what can the Kings do?
Oof. Scott Perry, get to work. I mean, you got vets that aren't totally happy with the coaching staff. I think they just need to clean house, and the date is come Monday, right, Bobby?
It is.
Start doing that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work there for Scott Perry.
Take it easy on him.
Next up, Ja Morant has been upgraded to probable tonight versus Utah after missing the last 10 games. Bobby, Memphis won 7 of those games without him. What does Morant's return mean for Memphis?
Well, I'm interested in what John Morant do we get here? Do we get the John Morant that they were 4-8 when he played and he shot 36 from the field and 16% from three? Remember, the success with Memphis came with Zach Edey, who is now out for an extended period of time.
All right, well, we'll be glued to see what happens there. Next up, Alperen Sengun had his 12th double-double of the season as the Rockets edged out the Clippers. And Sengun was just going to work. You see it there, inside, outside, spin move, turn around, hook shot. He had it all working, okay, getting his teammates involved. But another big reason was because the Clippers, you'll see this in just a moment, had plays like this. Three-point game, no one comes back to inbound the ball, and then Nicholas Batum does. He steps in at the end, steps over the line. Perk, what is this, man?
A dumbass play. A dumbass play, a dysfunctional organization, a team full of vets. That should never happen. Not with Kawhi and James and Nicholas Batum. Like, we're talking about veterans here. We're not talking about a young group. And even in AAU basketball, they can inbound the damn basketball. But look, let's get bigger here when they talk to the Clippers. We got to address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is Kawhi Leonard. You know what I mean? And it's time to move on from Kawhi Leonard. It's time for the Los Angeles Clippers to trade Kawhi Leonard. They have been trending downward since they signed him. Look at what all they lost. They done lost damn near everything. And look, we know when he's on the floor, he's going to perform. We understand that. But the problem is he's never available. And so when you think about how he's set this franchise back 10, 15 years, and you look at what OKC is doing and all the picks that they own, and you look at the decisions behind the scenes that he voices his opinion behind his hand time and time again, they need a reset, and that reset starts with moving on from Kawhi Leonard.
Bobby?
Yeah, listen, I think they're going to need to be open for business when we get closer over the next 2 months leading up to February 5th.
Well,
of course.
Back me up.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is.
You guys are like a good buddy cop movie
Perk,
right now.
It is what it is, right? Like, and I think, I'm not naive to know that they don't control their first-round picks in the next 4 years, and that we know that pick goes to Oklahoma City and their swap rights next year. But I think when you have to, in order to go forward, you almost have to take 2 steps back. And what does 2 steps back mean? I think you have to look at Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, as far as on this roster. Both players have 2 years left on his contract. They've got to get the Chris Paul situation resolved here. The player that has the most value on the roster is Ivica Zubac. But goodness gracious, he's got on a great contract here. If you're going to move off him, you better be hoping to get multiple picks back. But yes, I do think this roster has to take a step back as far as where they're going. They're 6-19. Can they get in the play-in? Perhaps here. But I think they have to look at the big picture moving forward.
Cupboard is bare right now, Mark. How do you feel about all this?
You know, in 2020 in the bubble, I saw the most disappointing Clippers team ever, probably the most disappointing NBA team ever. They could have been champions. They were that talented. This team is a close second. This is a team that went 7 games with the Nuggets, a team that I had big expectations for. I think all of us did, right? And there's the investigation, and there's the losing, then there's the Chris Paul situation. And I'm starting to feel like Chris Paul got a blessing in disguise. Like, to make this his final chapter would have been horrible for him. Hopefully he gets in the right spot. But, man, I mean,
it's rough.
Well, you know what, real quick on it. The one thing the video didn't show, and we saw Batum go over the line, there was no Clipper player come back for the
Well,
ball.
he was the only one that came back.
Yeah, I mean, James
and nobody
Harden,
followed him.
nobody came back to make an effort to come get the ball.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
this is the host of the All-Star game.
Right.
Like, so when All-Star games come, there's going to be a cloud hanging over into it.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see how it all works itself out. Still plenty of time, though.